This is Jonathan Von Engel, Narkea from avsforum. Tonight I'm going to be comparing three tactile transducers. On the right, the Aura Bass Shaker Pro. In the middle, the ButtKicker Mini LFE. And on the left, the Clark Synthesis TST 209. The way I'm going to be doing this is I've got each tactile transducer mounted on a board. I'm going to be playing the same 30 seconds of Black Eyed Peas Boom Boom Pow, and I'm going to watch what these transducers do at equitable levels. This is a video supplementary review towards the four-person testing that we did the other night. So I'm going to unhook my main so you can hear what's playing now. I'm going to turn it up from -50 to about -20, -15 in that range below reference, and we'll let it run on these three transducers and we'll see what happens. Alright, so we'll turn this up to about -20 to get this started. And that track is just on loop, that Boom Boom Pow song. So I got a bell on the left side and a glass of water on the right side of the board. And the vibration you're hearing is not the transducer, that's just the board bouncing around. It'll do that on all these. I got a mouse pad underneath it to try to isolate it from the tile. Alright, now I'll turn up to -15. You can see even this $50 Aura has quite a bit of power to it. And if I hold it, you can hear a little bit of sound through it. I'm trying to hold it pretty tight now to keep it down on the ground and isolated. Alright, we'll move over to the ButtKicker. I'm going to turn this down from -15 back down to about 50. Alright, so now I got the ButtKicker hooked up. I'm going to turn it up to about -20 where we start with the other one. Alright, we'll turn it to -15. And I'll try to hold it still here. Oh, hear it bottoming out a little bit. It's something I've noticed on this particular unit is that it bottoms out if it gets signals below about 35 Hertz, even though it's rated down to 5. Amplifier that's running this thing is this Yamaha P3500S, and it's running about 3/4 amplifier power. Now this one's supposed to be rated to take 250 watts. 50 watts to even initiate it, so it won't do anything until it gets 50, and then it will handle up to 250. That one's only rated for 50 watts max, and this one, the Clark, is rated for 150 watts. The Clark is on all the time and actually makes sound. We'll demo that one next. Alright, this is the last demo of the night. This is the Clark Synthesis TST 209. This particular transducer is on all the time, so if there's a signal going to it, it's recreating tactile feedback. Whereas like the ButtKicker doesn't kick on until it hits 50 watts, this one's on all the time. Which is actually one of my complaints with it. I think when you're using it in practice, if you're on kind of a bass heavy movie, it just never really stops. There's no differentiation, it's just on all the time. whereas the ButtKicker only comes on like in the most impactful scenes. I do think this is probably the strongest of the three, like the least likely to bottom out or hit its limitations. It's very powerful, almost too much so to me. I'm looking for something that's more natural. But anyway, I'll turn it up to -15. You can hear it at -20 and then -15. There's -20. This one's going to be a little harder to hold still. You can hear that it actually has the most musical sound. I think it's more of a speaker technology that makes this transducer. I'll go ahead and turn it to -15. Alright, there it is at -15. Now one thing I noticed with this one is it doesn't seem to have as much like depth of note particularly. It definitely has the most movement, but there was times when we were listening to music it just seemed like it was missing some of the low notes. Now it doesn't bottom out or anything, I haven't heard it bottom out, but it just doesn't try real hard to recreate the lowest notes. But I think, I'm not really hitting its max. Like we heard the ButtKicker kind of hit it, the limits of excursion. I'm sure we were out of wattage on the Aura, but I think this one would go up quite a bit louder. So during our actual testing the other night with 3 other guys, we used the iNuke DSP-3000 on 2 of these transducers and the Yamaha on the other 2 transducers. I specifically used the Aura Bass Shaker Pro with the iNuke DSP-3000 because it only has a 50-watt rating and I can limit how much wattage goes to each device through the iNuke. So I limited it to 50 watts so we didn't have any trouble with with over exceeding its wattage limits. And we had one of the ButtKickers on the iNuke DSP and the other one on the Yamaha. One of the ButtKickers was mounted in the back of the chair here, and one of the ButtKickers in another chair was mounted here. So we only had one on at a time to do the testing. And then you'll see in the avsforum thread that it's like back M or bottom N, meaning back mount or bottom mount. The other transducers, I have pictures of each mount. I've taken them out since then to go ahead and do this little demonstration video. Yes, I hope you enjoyed this little video. There were 3 other guys and myself the other night that demoed the Tactile transducers, one in each chair, to kind of get a feel for what they were capable of. And feel free to read that AVS thread and kind of pick apart each different person's opinion and see why they liked what. Thank you.